Unidentified Podcast, Episode 18, El Noonan.
Hi.
Nathan Hughes.
Boom, what's up?
Randy Fluharty. Hi.
You can just tease yourself.
Majora's Mask, let's do it. El, tell me why it's good.
Okay, so in my experience...
I'm just kidding. I'm going to tell you my experience first because I have to get...
Fucking pull the rug right from underneath her.
I just can't freaking do it.
I've got rug burn everywhere.
Ouch.
Last time, I kind of went off on Majora's Mask a little bit.
I remember.
But I also said that it's not a bad game. It is a bad Zelda game. I have since retracted that thought and now think it is a bad game. It is a bad game. It is a poorly designed video game.
Please explain.
From beginning to end. So, last time,
Settle in, people.
on Unidentified Podcast, I talked about the first quarter of the game, where you go through the first, up to and through the first dungeon. That part was annoying. I figured, okay, the worst of it's over. I was wrong. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I did last time, but needless to say, the part where you get to a place and it's like, no, you need to go. Yeah, okay. So the fairy tells you where you have to go next, but she doesn't tell you where you have to go next to get to where you have to go next, if that makes sense. She tells you where you have to end up, but she doesn't tell you the steps required to get where you need to end up. There will be items that you need to find. There will be songs you need to learn. There will be times you need to go into certain places. There will be places you'll get there, and they'll be like, no, you got to find the secret thing. We're not going to tell you where it is, though. Go look for it. Maybe at night. I don't know. And then you go and you look for it, and you find it. And it's like, yeah, that I did have that, but then I lost it like an hour ago. Maybe if you go back in time an hour ago, then I'll be able to get it for you. You go back in time an hour ago. All right, I got it for you, but it's not quite really what you needed. Now you need to go learn this song because the stupid baby's crying. But he only knows half the song. So, oh man, there's just the amount of arbitrary steps it tells you to take in order to get through the stupid game. You're traveling across the world, places you've been to dozens of times, trying to figure out where you have to go next, getting these stupid items for these stupid characters, the stupid fetch quest to get to the stupid second dungeon, and the stupid second dungeon is the freaking worst. Whoever thought the idea of rolling into a ball across the wall was a good idea needs to die. If you're dead already, you need to come back to life so I can kill you again.
Oh, Randy,
because
you're
holy
a
crap.
broken man right now.
I cannot, I got, the way the second dungeon's laid out. It's like a tower, basically, sort of.
Yeah.
Or it's like several levels. And at the very tippity top, it's like, okay, now roll into a ball and roll across this slope. If you fall off the slope, you fall all the way freaking back down to the front! And then you have to climb all the way back up. You have to pull the switches, you have to go through the doors, you have to fight the enemies, you have to do every single thing again to get back to the place where you originally were just because the controls suck so bad when you're rolling. And then, the freaking pirate hideout. Oh my god. So if you don't have the empty bottles that if you only get 2 through the course of the main story to get I don't know how many there are. I imagine there's 4 because there was an Ocarina of Time. How many are there, El? Do you know?
What was the question? Sorry.
How many bottles are there?
Oh, I think there's 4.
Total. There's 4. That would help, but it wouldn't necessarily solve the entire problem. But whatever. The pirate thing, I'm gonna ignore the stupid steps, get to the stupid pirate thing in the first place because I still think those are stupid, but whatever, I get into the pirate thing, I need to find these eggs. Stealth section, great. Because Zelda, nothing says Zelda like stealth sections. Boy, am I excited about that. Get seen, get thrown out of the thing. Guess what, you gotta go back in there again, put on the mask, float to the bottom, swim through the cave, get seen again, get thrown out, get sworn to the... There's no retry. You gotta freaking swim back in. There are 4 eggs to get in this place. And you have to put these... I don't know why. Why do you have to put the eggs in the bottle?
I guess the same reason you had to put the Deku Princess in the bottle. Cause
yeah.
it's like
that's
campy.
that's really stupid too. But at least that wasn't... At least you only had to put one thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4. If you only have 2 bottles, guess what? You put 2 in there. You go put them where they need to go. And you go back in there and get the other 2. If you run out of time while you're getting the other 2, you warp back in time. Guess what? Those eggs are back in the freaking pirate thing because you have to go back and get... I wanted to die. I wanted to punch my DS. I wanted to throw my DS. I wanted to kill my dog. And I love my dog. I wanted to slit his throat just to make him suffer as much as me.
Christ. As someone who hasn't played Zelda much at all, just hearing you list this off just sounds like an ordeal, like a chore.
But, alright, imagine just logically, there are 4 things that you need to get in this place.
Uh-huh.
This place isn't small,
right.
Keep in mind. It's not a small place. It's not like a room. It's a fortress.
Right.
If you get seen, you get thrown out. You have to go back in. No matter where you are, you get thrown out. To the beginning of it.
But what if you... Okay. Alright. That sounds...
You with me so far?
No. Yeah, go on.
On its own, that sucks, but it's manageable.
Okay, go on.
You have to get 4 eggs, of which you have to put in containers. If you only do the main quest, you only have 2 containers. Which means you have to go in there at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's... If you do it perfectly... You only have to do it twice. If you don't know where they are, well, you're probably going to get seen. If you don't get seen, you don't know where they are, you're going to run out of time. If you run out of time and you have gotten, let's just say you gotten 3 eggs right before the last one, you got to start from the beginning and get all those eggs again.
Mm.
I went in and out of this stupid thing like 4 or 5 times. What's worse is that at the last egg, I was so happy. I was like, yes, I got all the eggs. Just going to go back and turn it in. I walk back to the fish tank, which is where you put the eggs. Mm-hmm. I open the bottle, and out comes a fish. It's flopping around. Like, wait a minute, what? A fish? Why is this a fish? This isn't... Did it hatch? Was this fish in the egg? No. This fish was swimming around the egg. 2 inches from the egg. I instinctively just grabbed it with the bottle. I saw him put it in it, hold it up. I skipped the dialogue thing that said I grabbed a fish, so I just assumed that I got the egg. I totally did not get the egg. So I had to go back in there. For the 1 egg.
Oh, boy.
All the enemies are respawned no. The enemies don't, you can't kill the enemies, so I'm not gonna make stuff up. It's still stupid, but I'm not gonna make stuff up. Boy.
Oh,
and you think that's worse, and you think that's bad? It does it again. There's another section in which you need to use bottles to progress. So you get, oh man, is it stupid. So you have to go under this thing and you put on a mask that makes people think you're a mummy or whatever, and you talk to these other mummies, and the mummies are like, in order for me to open this door for you, you need to give me milk. I'm like, what? Why? I could just kill you. I have a sword. No? Okay. So you go warp out, you find milk. You give the milk to the zombie thing. It opens the door for you. Now you need to get a blue potion. Which I didn't even know, because the language they use is like, I want a potion that heals you. I'm like, okay, that's a red potion. Guess what? It's not. It's the blue one he wants. I don't know why. Yeah, I want this thing that you can throw down and makes an explosion like a bomb. Oh, you mean a bomb? I've got plenty of those. It's not the bomb. It's not the bomb. He wants a bomb-like thing that you throw down like a bomb and explodes like a bomb, but it's not the bomb. It's the Deku nut, of which I had none. Why? Because I went back in time, and when you go back in time, you lose all your items.
Oh, I remember that bit.
So guess what? I had to go back out. I had to buy the stupid freaking Deku nuts, come back, get him the thing, open the thing. Now the guy wants bombs. I'm not kidding. He wants bombs now.
Oh my god.
But guess what? I had thrown my bombs out because I didn't think I needed to. So I had to go buy more bombs. This happens repeatedly. It's not just a simple three doors that you go through and it's over. No, there's so many. There are even things in the place that you need to use the bottles to give to the other zombies. And if you, grab the things in the wrong order, let's say I wanted to give the guy, what else do they need? Like a bug. There's one, like I think there are bugs in there, but you need to give a guy a bug in one case, but you also need to give a guy a ghost. But you need to use the bottle to get the ghost. And if you only have 2 bottles and they're filled with things you need, otherwise you have to dump one of them to get the ghost. So then you have to go back and get the other thing that you had already put in the bottle because you had to empty it because you had to put the ghost in it. And then guess what? You get to the end of that place, you get all the way through, and you're like, oh, thank God that's over. And you get to this thing that you looks like, oh, it's a cracked floor. I get to blow it up with a bomb. Fortunately, I had enough bombs. I put the bomb down. Nothing. I beg your pardon? This is Zelda. It's a cracked floor. You put a bomb on a cracked floor in Zelda, it blows up. And then go in, right? No, the bomb's not strong enough. You need a stronger bomb. Remember that stronger bomb you used earlier in one instance? Which I didn't even describe that process, but that was really stupid too.
Oh yeah, the Lon Lon Ranch one.
But guess what? You need another one. You need another freaking bomb. You need to go buy and get it. You can only carry one. So if you didn't know that you needed this, you had to, and you lose it when you go back in time. I've only had to use this bomb for one other instance, so I'm not sure why. Maybe twice. So I had to warp back out. I had to go all the way to where the second dungeon was. I had to purchase the bomb. I forgot how much that bomb cost, but guess what? I didn't have enough money on me to buy it, so I had to warp back to the bank. The bank is so stupid anyway, because if it just let me carry the rupees, then I wouldn't have to worry about this stupid thing, but I had to go withdraw money out of the bank. I had to warp back, buy the stupid bomb, and then finally warp back, go through the stupid well again to finally lay the bomb down and open the mini dungeon. I just can't believe this game. It is unbelievable.
Okay.
How is any of this okay?
I don't know. It doesn't sound okay to you. You sound
L, am I
obviously
exaggerating?
stressed.
Am I exaggerating or lying in anything that I'm saying?
Well, I feel like I need to give you a hug because you
Am
sound
I-
broken.
But am I lying to you? Like, am I making stuff up?
Hmm?
Because Nathan's probably like, no, this can't be what the game is.
Yeah, I can't stress this one person.
Am I
out so
making it
much.
up?
Oh my God.
Is any part of the quest that I said to you a lie?
Well, no. It is
Right.
not.
Not technically.
This is the game! This is the main quest!
Okay. You know that episode of South Park where
Keep in mind, this is all under the time limit. And if you do not make it in time because of the stupid arbitrary stuff, it's
Oh my
not
God.
realistic for anyone to figure all this out in time. So if you make any form of progress and have to warp back in time, you lose all of your progress. You have to do it again.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Hold on one sec. You know that episode of South Park where Stan has to return to Margaritaville? This sounds
Yes.
exactly like that, where he has to go to this store and the store says, actually, no, you need to go to this area here. And then he goes to that area and he said, actually, no, we need you to do this. He goes, that sounds exactly like this, but with time travel.
And this is an episode of South Park, a comedic cartoon. This is a video game in which you're actually doing these actions. You are doing the parody.
So yeah, it's not
This is a parody
it's
that
not
you are
wrong.
actually doing.
It's not a wrong comparison.
I just can't. I don't know what the reverence is for this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's ignoring the fundamental problems with the time system in general, the weird way you have to switch masks constantly, which gets super annoying when you have to switch through all 3 of the transformative masks. Super annoying. Because you can't have your bow. It makes it better on the 3DS, but you can't have your bow, your bombs, all your items out with all of your 3 masks, so you have to constantly keep switching them around on the quick buttons. It just does, just freaking God almighty. I was literally cracking. I was just laughing hysterically. I can't believe it. Like, I was losing my sanity. I felt like I was going to carve help me into my arm or something. I couldn't believe it. L, refute me. Give me your perspective.
Refute me.
Try to battle anything that I just said.
Well, I don't think I need to, because there's nothing, wrong with what you said.
Okay, now explain to me why any of it is acceptable.
I mean, it's...
Let alone good or amazing that everyone seems to think it is.
Okay, so most of it is that, different people are willing to deal with different things.
If this came out today, people would lose their minds.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a remake. It didn't come out today. Most of the people
No.
who like it played it when they were, like, you know, young.
But guess what? I don't think it should be acceptable even back then.
Oh,
Because
well,
Ocarina of Time came out first. Link to the Past came out first.
yeah,
This came out after those games.
yeah.
This is the sequel to those games.
Hmm.
What? I can't believe it.
I'm just
I
smiling.
really can't believe
just
it.
smiling while looking at my microphone like,
I'm
yep,
just sitting.
yep.
I can't. Even the dungeons are kind of mediocre by Zelda standards. I thought the first one was pretty good, but then the second one was hot garbage. The water one was acceptable, which is apparently different in the remake than it is in the original game. Oh man, I can't even imagine playing this game on the N64. No wonder I couldn't play it, because it's apparently way worse.
I played it on
Apparently the
64.
items, I looked this up, apparently the items you need to give to those zombies are even more. You need to give them even more items. What? Who thought that was a good idea? I don't know. I don't know what else I can say.
I think this is just
It's
the
bad.
episode where we let you, like, cry out your feelings.
Yeah.
I've been going for 10 minutes.
And then
Yeah,
More
we're
than
just
that,
like, go
15.
ahead. No, it's been
No,
it's
yeah.
been 17 minutes.
Yeah, that's.
Then we showed the tape to a therapist.
I could
Work
keep
out your
going, but
feelings.
I could keep going, but I just don't.
I'm sure you
I
could.
don't.
That's what scares you.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot to
I'm
say.
skipping over a lot of stuff. Every step of the way. These are just the bullet points, people.
You should do a review.
There is a lot of nonsense. I can't.
You should do a dissertation.
I just emotionally can't.
I would read it. I want like
I
a full
just-
science documentation of why it's bad. I want you to.
I have never
write that.
deleted a game so fast after I finished it.
Well, I
if
will tell you
I was-
if you
oh,
want
man.
my opinion, if that
Yes.
matters.
Go ahead. I will sit quietly.
Okay.
Fuming.
So,
I can't believe it. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, to be fair, and to be honest, like, you know, this is a nostalgia game for me. Like, when you explained all the things that you didn't like about it, I was like, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is annoying. I remember doing that. It is a pain in the ass. Like, I don't think it's a modicum of, like, excellent gameplay or anything. But, I mean, I think most people, or in my case at least, I always enjoyed, you know, like, the aesthetic of it probably the most out of everything. Like, I don't know, my favorite part about Zelda games is, you know, the music and the scenery and the story and things like that. So, like, I'll put up with really terrible gameplay because I'm just so excited about the aesthetic of it. You know what I mean? So, like, if a game is, like, you know, I mean, I don't think this game is, you know, piping hot trash or anything, but if a game is unplayable, obviously, that's one thing, but I mean,
finished
to me,
it. That
to
is one
me.
thing I can say. I have completed the game. It is playable from beginning to end.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, in my case, at least, I'm willing to put up with, you know, doing annoying things if I'm that excited about the story and the music and everything like that. So, I mean, and also, you know, I have fond memories because how old was I? Like 11 when I played this game on my Nintendo. And, you know, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is, oh my god, I can play games now? Like, my parents bought me an N64 and this is my first game on it. This is gonna be the best. Like, you know what I mean? And, you know, when you're that young, like, you don't have any money to buy other games.
You're real
You
stupid
just,
when you're young.
well, it's not that you're stupid. It's just you don't have, like, anything else. It's not like you can be like, I don't want to play this. I'm gonna go play something more fun. It's like all you have is this one game that you wanted. And, you know, so you play that and then you grow to love it, like Stockholm Syndrome-y kind of. But, I mean, what people really, I think, have always thought about Majora's Mask is that it's not even technically like by design a classic Zelda game. It's more like a ROM hack of a Zelda game. I feel like somebody
I
has
used
said
those
that.
words.
Yeah, exactly.
Last
like,
time.
but no, because that's what everybody says. Like, that's like a thing. You know what I mean? It's not like, that's like the, like, official stance on Majora's Mask. So,
It really does feel like a mod.
yeah, and
It that's the thing, not to cut you off, but a lot of the aesthetic is just, I don't think there is this is obviously an exaggeration, but there are very few characters that are not in Ocarina of Time.
No, that
like
is
just
that is
straight
that
out
is
of
true.
Ocarina of Time.
That is true.
There are very few songs that are not straight out of Ocarina of Time.
That's not true.
The ones that are in there are good. I'll give you that. But there are a lot of even the freaking Ocarina songs, a lot of them are the same.
No, some of them are different.
Song of Time?
No, well, not that one. But that
Song
one
of
was not
Storms.
used nearly enough in Ocarina, in my opinion. Because I remember playing
when they were
Ocarina and
used, it
being
was
like, why don't
stupid
they
anyway,
ever
'cause you-
play this song? And then in Majora Mask, it's like, oh, there you go.
It was
Like,
dumb when you had to use it in Ocarina of Time anyway. It's like, oh, there's this blue time block. If you want it to disappear, play the Song of Time.
Well, that's because they
So,
didn't
like,
implement
Ocarina
it
of Time's
very
not
well.
perfect either, but man, I'm sorry. Like, I said I'd keep quiet.
No, it's okay.
But, no, you know, I'll give credit where credit is due. There are things that this game does better than Ocarina of Time does. The boss fights are way better.
Yeah.
This game is actually somewhat challenging.
Yeah.
I actually died.
I love the boss fights in this game. Like,
I was
the temples
surprised.
are not fun. Like, the Snowhead Temple, like, I always want to slit my wrist when I play that. It's not fun. But then the boss fight is so cool, because you're fucking, like, barreling. It's like a race. I love that. I fucking
it was
love
fun.
that fight. It's like, oh shit, and the music is so exciting. Like, all the boss themes in that game are awesome.
The fight, apparently this is vastly different in the remake than it was in the original game, but the one with the piranha big fishy jaw guy,
Oh yeah.
he was challenging. He was hard.
Yeah.
I would go as far as to say he was hard, and
It was less like hit
that's
the glowing
crazy to me.
eye
I'm like,
on
this
it
is
3 times.
yeah.
you know?
Well,
Well, I mean, less.
You do still-
Zelda
the
never
glow-
gets away from that, but it's
literally
a little less.
a giant eye pops out of his mouth. I don't know how that works really, but every boss, you hit him enough times, like, oh, now there's the giant eye. I don't know if I need that part.
Well,
but
Adalwa wasn't
other than-
like that. At
Which
least.
one's a dollar?
The first one. The creepy
Right.
Aztec one.
Right.
That, like, says burrito and, like... Oh, no, it sounds like it's saying it's every time I play that game, when he, like, moves around and he has that, like, weird, like, disfigured voice, it always sounds like he's saying, get down tonight. So every time I play, it's like, get down tonight, and he, like, swings his sword around. Yeah, but he doesn't have a huge eye.
I don't really understand the story much because I don't know if it gets deeper in the side quest, but I don't know what Majora is or what his motivations are.
Oh, they never explain really that much
So,
what the cult is
but the
about,
character of Majora is cool. I like the way he's like a child, but not.
Oh, the Skull Kid?
No.
Or the mask
Majora
itself.
The mask itself. When you fight the mask, and it's like this big scary like tentacle mask thing, and you fight it and you beat that form.
Mm-hmm.
The second form is this weird like childlike. He throws a tantrum when you knock him down.
I fucking love that boss fight.
That's the animation. He's super fast. He's super crazy, and he's like laughing at you. And when you hit him, he does a tantrum and he starts crying. That's awesome. Like, this is the main bad guy, and it's really interesting.
And they changed the theme
get
for
it.
every version too, which is
Yeah.
cool. It's like a little like symbols and like wood blocks, so it sounds really childish.
And unlike a lot of Zelda bosses, he's not really about waiting. He's about dodging and hitting him when it's an opportunity. Like, there are fights in Zelda that require you to sit there with your shield up waiting for you know what I mean? And this one, it's about trying to get out of the way or try to catch up to him because he's so fast and crazy. And the last version of him was actually pretty good too, because he can grab you and you can use your like little zappy thing that the Zora mask has to get out of it.
Yeah, he has like the
and you stun him, and yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that last fight, even though I died one time.
Yeah, I mean, I always
which is
thought,
good.
like,
I actually, but
the Majora's
dying
Mask and all of the like the look of it is very much like what people I think cling to more than like nobody talks about like, oh my god, Majora's Mask was so great. Remember like that one like boss level? Oh my god, that dungeon was so much fun. People are always talking about like, oh my god, like that fucking scene where he like flies up and then the moon starts like that's what they talk about, you know.
The moon is freaky. Has always been freaky.
Yeah.
Like this giant moon with a face on it.
Oh,
Come barreling down. That's always kind of like, even when I looked up, and I'm like, a lot of times when I'm looking where to go next because the game's stupid, I'll look up and see the moon. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing, that's freaky. That moon's cool.
Yeah, you look up and it's like, hi.
And there's some good stuff in there. Just the fundamental part where you play it from beginning to end, is a chore.
Yeah, and it kind of
It is literally a chore. You're cleaning up stuff. You're doing errands for things. It's stupid.
I always felt like it has like such a cool, like, really dark, really kind of sinister, like, kind of mature feeling to it that the whole beginning of the game kind of promises, like, where you're physically your body is like transformed and it's kind of sick and you're like, oh my god, this is not a Zelda game, what the fuck is happening? Or there's like that disfigured tree in the beginning that like looks like it can't move and is crying and you're like, oh, this is gonna be some dark shit, oh my god, I'm so excited. But then when you have to go to the first temple with the Deku Palace, you're like, this is not the game I was promised, I thought this was gonna be fucked up. Like,
it's adorable and wacky and cute.
And you're
the
like,
vast majority of the game is actually
this was
that
gonna
way.
Be fucked up. I was excited.
This is cute where you transform into a Goron or a Zora and or even the Deku and you pull out your ocarina and it's a different instrument. It's drums if you're a Goron. It's an electric guitar if you're a Zora. It's horns if you're the Deku. Like, that's cute.
Yeah.
It's not, like, the whole thing is just cute.
And there's, like, a few scenes where they actually kind of stick back to the, like, creepiest that, like, the little girl with the dad who's a Gibdo is like, oh shit, this is creepy.
Which is out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird.
Or, like, the whole Ikana Canyon where you have to make, like, the replicas of yourself. Like, that's kind of fucked up. You look at it and you're like, oh my god, oh no, I don't like this. But, like, every other level is so... Like, all of Ikana Canyon is fucking creepy as hell, and you're like, oh yeah, we're getting back to it, and then they just kind of make it wacky again, and you're like, I don't know, I don't like this.
From a gameplay perspective, the part where you have to play the song every time you want to make a clone of yourself sucks.
Yeah, it is annoying.
And you have to play the song, and then you have to watch him play the song, and then you have to sit there for like a 2-second cutscene, which, again, doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're doing it 8,000 times, what is that? How many, that's like an hour.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't know what the math
is. It's like 10 hours, actually.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, Nathan's just sitting there patiently. I feel bad for Nathan.
Yeah,
Nathan, the aesthetic is very interesting and unique.
Don't play this game, Nathan.
It's not the most fun game if you are into playing.
It's one of the least. If you like video games, maybe don't play this.
I mean, that's what I think. Like, I was willing to play it because I was so excited about, like, how it looked and how it sounded and, like, the creepy shit it was probably hypnotizing into my soul. But I was young enough that, like, now I can still forgive it. Like, if I was playing it for the first time now, I'd probably be like, this is stupid. But
I also kind of want Nintendo to remake everything because they are the best at it. It looks great. Like, it actually looks like a really good... The art style holds up as it is, but they smoothed it out and they added more polygons and you know what I mean? They added lighting. It's not nearly as foggy because the N64 was the fog machine.
Yeah, everything is
the draw distance on it was sucked. But, and they changed the inventory up, and when a level design didn't work, they changed it up. Like, they changed the water temple in the remake of Ocarina of Time because everyone hated it. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, well, let's just change it and make it better. I'm like, well, why doesn't every remake do that? Like, that's what I want Nintendo to do.
Okay, let's
for their old games when they bring it
back.
Yeah,
no, I understand what you mean.
Let's just make it better. Let's make the zombies require 10 less items, because that's the stupidest thing in the world. We can't remove it, because then the game's only 2 hours long. But, yeah. That's the thing that I kept thinking
and the
while
game's
I was
only
doing
a couple of hours long.
Imagine, though, if you will.
If you will.
Just how long this game would be if they got rid of all of that errand stuff.
Oh, it would be like a half an hour game.
Right! It's so short! It's just padded with plot,
it's only 4 temples.
Whatever.
And
it's only 4 temples.
Multiple
relatively short temples, mind you. They're not even that long. And just nothing but nonsense. Side quests and errands that you have to run. If they removed all that stuff, the main quest would take you an hour. It's silly. It's a silly game.
Well, it would probably take you less than an hour because you would get caught by the Deku guards like 40 times.
Oh.
That was always my favorite. How they would you would get caught and they would throw you out and be like, I told you not to go in there. And then they're like, it's very important that you don't do it again. And you're like, okay, I won't. And then you get caught again and they're like, bitch, please don't do that again. I'm telling you, it's really important. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, that's nice. And then like the 10th time, they're just like,
I don't know why, but Zelda's stealth sections always suck.
Yeah.
Wind Waker, they
Even
suck.
in the first game, they were
They
really
suck
bad.
in Ocarina
Like when
of
you're in the
Time.
garden. Beep-doop, beep-doop, beep-doop.
Yeah, the Ocarina of Time you're talking about, right?
Yeah, really bad.
And, well, there's also in Kakariko Village, too, when you're, or is that, no, wait, sorry. What the freaking balls is, it's my favorite song in the game.
Your favorite song?
The Ganon people's area, the deserty female.
Oh, Gerudo?
Thank you, yes. Yes. That, okay, you don't have to acapella the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's cool. That part sucks.
Yeah.
That music's great, but that part sucks.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
I know every Zelda song.
We're done. Half an hour in, we're done with Majora's Mask. Nathan!
Hey, what's up?
You guys actually have to take it away because I have to go now.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
Sorry.
So remember when I said Steam reviews next time there was 3 people? Blame Elle because she's leaving early.
Dude, you guys couldn't be on time either, so.
Hey.
I was on time. I was early.
Yeah, but not in the right way.
Well, I was early too.
I don't know what that
but
means.
Sure, technology, what can you do?
Windows
Windows 8
we'll do it
specifically.
next
specifically.
week. because-
Basically, technology was late.
Okay.
Is that what you're telling me? All right.
Oh, man.
Next, we'll get there. Goodbye, Elle.
Okay, bye, El. Oh, boy.
Nathan.
Let me just close Flappy Bird.
Were you playing Flappy Bird?
Yeah, I still have it on my phone. Just bash it out when I'm waiting patiently.
That dude made so much money off Flappy Bird.
Yeah, the amount of clones that come out from it.
He's making
was
like
crazy.
50 grand a day.
Yeah, and
Something crazy.
Yeah. Then he pulled it, and then I don't think it's back on. I think it's still going.
No, he made a new game, which I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, there you go. Anyways, how are you? How's
All right.
things?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good. Happy.
I got a PS4.
Oh, hey.
I can't talk
What?
about it because it's still in a box. Sitting there. I literally
You're looking at it.
got home to the box. It's like, here it is. You're ready to go, except for the part where you got to record a podcast, so you can't actually open it.
Nice. So you're gonna set it up when we're done, and
Yep. When we're done, I'm going to let it sit there all night while it does its downloading and updating, because you know that's going to happen.
Yep.
And then Destiny, I guess, would be the game that I jump into, because it's the game that comes with it.
Sweet. Speaking of Destiny.
Oh, wait, what? Segue?
Yeah, right. I also have Destiny in my library now.
Oh, really? What you been
also
playing, though?
Yeah.
What games have you been playing?
Okay, I'll get back to Destiny
Is
in a bit.
it? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. What do you?
I want to just.
What do you want to talk to first?
Yeah, I want to dip into some other things I'm playing.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Run down the list.
I actually downloaded a demo for the new Life is Strange game. So I heard a lot about it.
Oh wait, is that the episodic?
Yeah.
Thing from the people from the game that Adam likes that I can't remember the name of. Remember Me.
Is it? Oh.
It is from the people that made
okay.
Remember Me.
Yeah, that
I
makes
believe.
sense because there's a lot of kind of Remember Me styles to it. Yeah.
I have never played Remember Me.
I didn't finish it. Sorry.
When that game is $2, I will buy it.
Yeah, the whole hook for Remember Me was the memory remixes, where you get to change like memories and stuff. You get to script your memories. Apparently, there's only like 3 or 4 remixes in the game, which is a bit
that's
yikes.
it's not enough.
Yeah,
That's like having 4 dungeons in a Zelda game. Who would think of such a thing?
So yeah, I was playing the demo. The demo's really short, and it just gives you a taste of like what the game is like. And
Isn't that the idea, though?
yeah, but it's
I
not.
mean, why the game itself, the episodes themselves can't be much more than an hour. So why would they can't give you that
But
much?
the whole hook of Life is Strange is that okay, so you play as this young teen named Max, and she has this power to rewind time, and that's all
What
I
is
know.
Max short for?
I have no idea.
Maxine.
Yeah. I was actually like, what is Max short for?
Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus. Some insert gladiator.
Maximus.
Yeah, but like I don't know, it's very it's kind of hard to describe. It's like a Juno Heroes mix because it has like the whole teen vibe. They say hella twice in the game, which I kind of rolled my eyes at. And you have
Really?
yeah, I was like, oof. That's
Wait, she's high school, right?
yeah, but she doesn't say it. Someone else says it. Someone else says hella because she's a total punk. You know, she has blue hair. Crazy. I'm pretty sure that's you in the future or something like that, or something. I have no idea.
Spoilers.
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
Speculation.
Yeah, speculation. But
Speculation.
yeah, I mean the game is good. I haven't actually bought it, but it I've heard a lot about people saying, what?
Does it entertain?
Yeah, I was entertained by it. Like, it's...
Do you get this Gladiator reference?
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah,
Ooh.
Get to chop off people's... Oh, remember that scene with the lady that she's standing up and then, like, she just gets sliced by the chariot?
I do, but I have not seen Gladiator in so long.
That is the only thing I remember from the film.
I remember...
We saw that in class before. Holy crap, I just remembered.
I remember Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin.
Being all like, your wife moaned like a whore as my men ravaged her. Wait. And as a kid, I'm like, wait, does he mean rape? And this is as a kid watching this movie, I'm like, that's kind of messed up.
It's like, whoa, what are we going to do?
You're talking
what are we going to do about this? There's nothing you can do.
No, you're my slave. Stop pretending.
I just wish you saw this in the cinema and stood up. What are we going to do? This guy's raping people. Jesus Christ.
No, he's not even raping people. He's commanding other people to rape
mad at raping
people.
I'm just going to sit back and watch this happen. I'm sorry, Andy. It's a movie.
And now he's bragging about it. Like, I didn't actually get a piece of the action.
Jesus.
I heard it was nice.
Oh, goodness. Anyways, yeah, Life is Strange. Seems interesting. The reviews are so far...
Seems strange.
See what you did there. The reviews are positive enough, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it's definitely didn't grab me as much as The Walking Dead. I think it's a bit more of a slow burn as opposed to...
I still like the idea of episodic games. I have one to talk about.
Sure.
When you're done.
I'm done.
Unless you want to talk about it now.
No, you can go ahead. Fire away.
Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Ooh. How's that hot turd?
So I actually, since the last podcast, I played through the entirety of Resident Evil Revelations 1.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very good.
Okay.
I did not expect that. I don't know why more people weren't talking about that game. That game is what, as bad as it is, what Evil Within should have been.
Yeah. And you hate.
Which is like a modern take. I hate Evil Within.
Hate.
It was a modern take with modern controls on survival horror. There's exploration, there's not quite item management, but there are items. There's limited resources, limited health. The one thing I don't like, which is a trend that every game seems to be taking, and I hate it, is the fact that you have to like scan the environment for items. I hate that. So stupid. Just because I scan it and now it's sparkly doesn't mean... It's not like I'm losing the immersion when it's sparkly to begin with if I have to scan it to make it sparkle anyway. Items don't sparkle. So if you're going to make them sparkle, just make them freaking sparkle. I don't need to scan the environment to make them sparkle.
Sparkle.
I almost said Dead Island again. Dying Light does it too, and it drives me nuts. Witcher 2, that's one bummer about that game, does it?
Well, I like games that give you the option to turn it off, because then you're like...
Nope.
No, it doesn't give you the option? Nope.
I don't believe it does.
Gross.
It is a core gameplay mechanic in all of the games I mentioned, so I don't know. What game lets you turn it off? Do you have an example? Or did you just say that?
I don't know, actually. I think Wolfenstein maybe has it. Yeah, and like hard modes, like things don't glisten. Like the collectibles.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about items that don't glisten.
They glisten.
That you have to scan. Sparkle. Twiddle. I don't know if that's a word.
Twinkle.
Twinkle. The ones that don't do that because they're like, it'll ruin the immersion, except for the part where you have to scan the map with a sonar pulse.
Yeah, I've actually played the demo for this, so I know exactly what you mean. That little machine, the little Ghostbusters thing, you just whip out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's silly. Yeah, it's stupid. And every game that does it, it's stupid. It's a bad trend. I really hope that dies real soon because I don't like it.
So
it's like the new QuickTime event.
Yeah. Oh no! Do you know what's the worst? QuickTime bosses. That's the
QuickTime events in general suck, but yeah, QuickTime bosses.
That's just like so gross. Like all of the games just led up to like 6 button presses.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 literally allows you to turn off QuickTime events. So when there's a QuickTime event, it just plays a really long cutscene in which you don't control. So it's fun. It's kind of funny. You're on God of War when you're like swinging around these giant mythological creatures and stuff. In Castlevania, you're just gonna watch it because you turned off QuickTime events as you should because QuickTime events are stupid. I said stupid a lot. We shouldn't have talked about Majora's Mask because now I got stupid on the brain. All right. Yeah, so Resident Evil Revelations 2 is, I didn't play much of the first episode because that PC port is real bad. It's rough. ignoring the fact I didn't care about this because it doesn't affect me at all, but apparently the game was advertising co-op on the Steam page, but did not have co-op. That's a no-no. That's bad. Bad, Capcom. Just roll up that newspaper, smack them. Because that's bad. People are complaining on the reviews, or on the Steam page with the reviews, being like, I bought this for co-op and there's no co-op, and you advertise co-op, it says it right freaking there. They have since patched co-op in, so apparently a bunch of people complained enough that they're like, the thing is though, if they're able to patch it in that quickly, was it not, I don't know. It's because on the console versions, it's already in there. Just makes me feel like it was in there, but I don't know. It's weird. It wasn't there, but it was there on the consoles, and then they patched it in really quickly, so it couldn't have been that hard to do, which makes me feel like it was in there and they just didn't enable it or something.
I feel like I've seen a news story that like there's a mod that can.
Yeah, there's a mod that did it. If a mod was able to do it that quickly, it just means that it was probably in there and they just didn't turn it on, which is weird. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know that kind of stuff because I just don't. But the game itself. No, I'm going to keep talking about the technical issues for a bit because the frame rate is bad. Real bad, unplayably bad in some spots. To the point where you're aiming and imagine it running really smooth. You lift up your gun to aim and it drops to like 20 frames or even lower than that.
Right. That sounds pretty rough.
Yeah. And when your aim is imperative to your survival.
Oh boy.
Yep. You can kind of see where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I see.
So I was getting really I was on literally the first fight in the game. You just pick up the gun. And you have to shoot, the very first time you shoot, you drop it, like, keys drop, and you have to pick up the keys, and when you go through, or try to go through a door, a bunch of zombies come out. Or zombie, I don't know what they actually are called, but they're fast humans that aren't human anymore. So zombies. Let's just call them that. But they're too fast. If the frame rate was bad, but they were slow, I could get over it because I could just aim, but they're way too fast. The mouse aiming has a delay. Imagine just like a half-second delay with your movement of the mouse. Imagine how frustrating that would be to be precise. I was able to fix that, but the frame rate was still bad that I did that first fight. I could not beat it. I couldn't get past the first fight in the game because the frame rate was so bad. Because I wanted to keep pushing on because the people in the forums are like, once you get past this fight, the frame rate gets better. I don't know why that happens. That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. I'm like, if I can just get through here. Finally, I did it. The frame rate did get better. I still don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. And the game's okay. It's not great. The story is interesting enough. It's super campy and cheesy, obviously.
Of course.
Claire literally says, I was almost a Claire sandwich.
Ah, gross. No. Return to sender. Just X out, throw the laptop out, or throw the computer out, whatever. Just no.
because you're with Barry's daughter. Barry is the one that says Jill sandwich in the first game. And Claire's like, I was almost a Claire sandwich, and Barry's daughter's like, does Barry tell everybody that story? Like,
yeah.
that's just a callback. Yeah, that's fan service. And
at least Barry's makes sense.
It wasn't funny.
I mean, come on. I mean, Jill almost sounds like jam. Claire doesn't sound like anything. Like, what's Claire related to?
Or dill pickles.
Yeah, there you go. Like, you were almost
dill sandwich.
Yeah, dill sandwich, or also just jam sandwich. What's Claire? What can I say for that?
Claire, hair. I like to eat hair.
A hair sandwich. Remind me never to go to your house ever. Holy shit!
No, I don't actually eat hair.
Hair
that's an American delicacy, don't you know?
Ah, yes, the finest weave.
Yeah, why do you think my hair is long? I'm getting ready for a party.
Just chew on it for a snack. Sure.
You go to a party with a really long sub. Well, I mean, I gotta have really long hair to put in those long pieces of bread, right?
Oof.
Hair sandwich.
I imagine someone listening to this is just cringing at the thought of like, oh, gross. Ugh.
Nobody listens to this thing.
It's
There's like 30.
That one guy in the Antarctic.
But I said it, so he loves it.
Yeah. There's gotta be two fans. that guy, and then another guy who just sits in an igloo. Just
In an igloo.
yeah, why not?
It's got some good internet at the igloo.
Well, that's the only thing you can get. Just this one channel.
It's bummer when the wall melts and you can't plug it in anymore.
Damn it, the socks melted.
He has to use his...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't even think of how to progress that joke. A weird ice satellite.
Okay.
So Moira is the name of Barry's daughter, and she is the worst character ever created.
Is she Irish?
She's awful.
Please tell me she's Irish.
She is not.
Moira.
She's supposed to be. Why? Moira?
Yeah, it's very Irish. Moira. Hell yeah.
The only Moira I've ever heard of
Resident
is Moira from Hook, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Robin Williams' wife.
Hmm.
God rest his soul.
Bangerang.
That's a bummer. I love that movie.
Oh, God. Yeah. Because I was watching Aladdin recently, and I was like, oh, no, it's too painful. Too painful.
My friend and I were talking about this. Robin Williams might be the first devastating loss of our generation. He was such a major part of our childhood.
Yeah, so many people. Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, Michael Jackson was killed, and that was a big deal, but he didn't really have the same kind of reverence for children that Robin Williams had.
Yeah, I guess because movies are more universal than, say, music. I mean, anyone can
Also,
listen to music.
Disney movies.
Yeah,
Flubber.
exactly, yeah.
Flubber was great,
So
I guess. And Hook. I love Hook.
I love it too.
I love that movie.
So good. I hate that kid.
Rufio.
What's his name?
You hate Rufio?
Rufio. I hate that guy.
You hate Rufio?
It's so much. Just
Looky, I got hooky. And then he gets stabbed.
His face. God.
Gets instantly killed.
I want to fucking dropkick Rufio.
Have you seen a picture of Rufio lately?
No.
He apparently found the Fountain of Youth, because holy crap.
You gotta look this up.
He is exactly the same.
Well, we found our podcast image, guys.
Rufio?
Yeah. Rufio now.
Rufio then and now.
Yeah, then and now. Oh boy, holy shit.
Right?
Yeah, spooky. He joins
He's a child.
Pharrell, who else?
Keanu Reeves.
Will Smith? Yeah. He looks he's a bit bigger, but he still looks the same.
Well, he is jacked now.
Yeah. His ears are fucking muscly. Holy shit.
His ears could strangle me. I'm pretty sure I'm taller than he is, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was I talking about?
Resident Evil. How bad is Moira?
She's bad.
She's bad.
I don't know what's going on, but there are commands that you can give your partner to, like, follow me or stay there or whatever. Moira never does what I tell her to do. She literally just says, nah. Not now. Moira, what are you doing? This is our survival at stake here. Nah. I'm texting. She doesn't say that, but I just hate her. I hate her so much.
So do you reckon the game will get better as it goes on, or is,
I don't know.
Could it get better? I mean, how could it get better?
I don't hate it yet.
Right. It's just okay.
It's just okay. The Resident Evil Revelations 1 was very good. I'm disappointed that this is Resident Evil Revelations 2. This feels like Resident Evil 6 light, almost. I wouldn't go that far, because Resident Evil 6 is is a mess. But, I don't know. I'll keep, obviously I'm going to keep playing it. They're episodic. So I haven't beaten the first episode yet, because I was trying to record it to do a review, but man, it's broken. I can't, I need all of my resources to play it, because it's so bad. It runs so poorly. I don't know I turned all the graphics down, thinking, even though I shouldn't, because I have a really decently powerful machine. Turned it down, nothing, still chugging.
Is it probably just because it's poorly optimized for PC?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll patch it and fix it, but
just rebuy it on your PS4, man.
No.
It's a Sony guy and me talking.
I also don't want, I want that game with mouse controls. You know? I really like playing shooters with mouse controls. It feels so much better. Except for the part where I'm going to play Destiny with a controller. Because that is my only option.
Yes. Well, yeah. I think Destiny was kind of made for consoles. Like, as in...
whatever. I could control that with a mouse. It'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
Except I'd aim way better.
Oh, God.
You been playing anything else other than...
No, not really. I've just been cranking out Destiny. Just
So let's hear it.
putting the ground.
Or do you want to put that off so I can share? We can play it together and see.
Well, I'm just trying to remember. What was your opinion of it before when you played it on PS3?
My opinion was it was extremely repetitive and the shooting is really good.
I also share that opinion.
All right.
Very much so.
So that's Destiny.
Slightly prettier than PS3.
I didn't play that much. No, it's probably way prettier.
Way prettier.
PS4.
I've been hammering on that screenshot button because I'm just like, that is very nice to look at. And that's wallpaper material right there.
All right. So are you interested in getting to the raid at some point? Is that something you'd be interested in? Because I hear that is the best part of that game.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so...
I mean, you and I were talking about it before we started recording. I think it was before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Where the raid is what you play for.
Yeah, the raid
raids,
is the ending.
I guess there is multiple now. There are multiple now. But the bummer is that getting there is kind of boring, and it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a grind. You have to put in a lot of hours to get there. Because, like, I've been playing for, like, nearly, I want to say, a week now. And
so how many hours would you say you've put in?
I have no idea. I want to say 30, maybe. A lot of hours.
Wait, 30?
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
30 hours?
Yeah.
Are you at the end game yet?
Huh? No, I'm not. No, I'm only...
What?
I don't think I am.
What level are you?
I am level 18.
You're close. A 20 is the max.
Oof. Alright.
So, but the thing is though, is that you need to get 20 and then you need to grind some more.
Yeah.
To get the gear that levels you up even further.
Yeah. Which is
ridiculous.
It's crazy, because, like, right, I just said this recently, like, before we came on the podcast, like, compared to what I see Bungie putting out, like, I follow Bungie on Twitter and they're always like, oh yeah, check out the Vault of Glass raid and this raid and the Dark Below, check out the DLC.
Yeah, someday I will.
And then
Maybe.
I'm looking at this going, wow, I can't wait to get to that end stage of the game, because for now it feels like I'm playing a totally different game. Which is true, because I'm playing it single player and kind of multiplayer. Like, I join up with other guys for Strike and stuff. Have you played Strikes in the game yet?
No, I didn't I only played for about 4 hours.
Okay, so the best way to describe a Strike is like, okay, you don't even know what a raid is, I guess, so.
I know, well, I do know, I did look up what the raid was, because I know what a raid is in MMO terms. I wanted to know what it was for Destiny terms.
Okay.
It looks awesome, I will say.
So a Strike is, what you do is, it's just 3 players, 3 guardians, and you all, like, just take down a boss together. Like, you just go through missions, you go through a mission, like a specific mission tailored to it, shoot a load of people, and then all of a sudden a boss comes out, you shoot that boss, and then you progress, and then same thing happens again, but then you fight an even bigger boss, and you get loads of, like, goodies, whatever, at the end. Hopefully,
but what I hear is that the bosses are just bigger versions of enemies you've already fought. Is that true?
Yeah, that is, very much.
Why?
Very much
That's
so.
not good.
Well, okay, like, the first strike you do is on, Old Earth. You fight these kind of, it sounds really stupid when you call it, but they're giant purple spheres. They're like robot things, and you shoot at the center where it's like eye is, whatever, and,
so Zelda.
Yeah, sure. Basically.
The glowing eye comes out.
Sci-fi. Zelda, I'm sure. And then that enemy.
Oh man. I'm sorry to cut you off, but a sci-fi Zelda would be kind of cool. Go on. I'm sorry.
No worries. And then, the next strike is on, the moon. So you kind of fight like, the Rancor thing from Star Wars. Pretty much. Like, it's chained up and then you're shooting at it and then eventually it gets really pissed off and then it breaks from the chains and starts like spitting lava at you basically. So, yeah, like, the bosses are, I've only fought like 2 so far. Actually, no, I fought another one. That was just...
You're 30 hours in and you've only done 2?
Yeah, because I don't really like doing strikes too much. I prefer to just get the story over and done with because I don't really care that much, you know?
I want to get it over and done with.
Yeah, exactly.
The content of the game, I just want to get it over with.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great. But the thing is, from what I hear, either there's one of 2 ways to look at this. No one complains that the shooting is boring. I hear that the shooting, the combat is just fun, and
it's super fun.
And there are 2 camps. Either you accept that as enough, or you need more and you won't play it. until you get to the raid. But, you know, a lot of people quit before then because they just don't want to play the repetitive missions over and over again until. Yeah. But everyone's like, yeah, the shooting's fantastic. If only there was just better stuff around it.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I really don't like Borderlands. I don't know. It just never clicked with me. But
is it the aesthetic or the
I don't
style or humor? The sense of humor is awful.
I do not. Yeah, I it's not for me. But it's weird because Destiny and Borderlands are very much the same in terms of when you play the game, you just get a lot of weapons and armor thrown at you.
You get more in Borderlands.
Sorry?
Except you get more in Borderlands.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe that's it, because Borderlands kind of throws everything at you constantly going, here's new stuff. And Destiny kind of drip dries it to you, you know?
Is it a big deal when you get new stuff in Destiny?
It's not a big, like, oh, I finally have this weapon. It's not like that. Like, it's not like amazing feeling, but you go, oh, cool, nice. Okay, I can use this. It's that kind of feeling. You don't go, oh, finally, at long last. You're like, oh, okay, cool. It's over and done with, because from my standpoint, playing the story mode, in about 2 levels, you're going to get a better weapon and a better set of armor. So when I get a helmet, right, just say it's 101 defense, and it says, oh, you can upgrade this, but to upgrade it, you have to break down like uncommon helmets. So like and then you get like this material, and then you can upgrade it, blah blah blah. But then I say, well, what's the point in doing that, in upgrading this, when I'm going to get a better helmet down the line? So it's kind of pointless to a degree, where you're like, well, I don't really need this because I'm going to get something better. At least from the story standpoint, for sure, because the game just keeps giving you stuff because you're playing the story, which makes sense. But I don't know what's going to happen when the story's done, and then I'm playing like airstrikes, and I've played the multiplayer, which I actually really like. The multiplayer is way better than the strike modes, and probably the raids. I don't know, I haven't played raids.
So, but yeah, I want to get to the raids.
Yeah,
so
it's just
you're not sure. Well, I mean, okay, let's just say for argument's sake that magically you were able to get into the raids now. Would you do it?
Oh,
Is that something you're interested in? Okay,
sure, yeah.
So it's just a matter of, do I want to grind all the way through to get to the raid?
That's it. But it's,
because that's my end game. I want to get to the raid, because that's the part that's the stuff I like in WoW. That's the stuff in all those kind of games, and the idea of marrying that kind of gameplay with shooter gameplay just sounds really appealing. No one's done it like that. I think it was this podcast I said that on, and make perfect sense because it's the only podcast I do. That this is the only game like this, really.
Yes.
It's kind of the only game that is going for this in this way. That's why it's acceptable, right?
Right.
It's the first step of this kind of MMO shooter hybrid thing that no one's ever done before. People have tried action-y type of MMOs that just haven't worked. This is the closest we've ever gotten. This is the first one that's had like a legitimate raid, and people are just kind of, even with all its faults, they're just saying, but this is kind of the only one of this.
Yeah.
I want this. I want it better, but it's the only one. So what am I supposed to do? I have to play this until another one comes out.
Like, Destiny is very much a half game. It has a lot going for it, but it needs so much more to become amazing, you know? I'm going to go through, like, what I like about it. So, like, the shooting is really good. It's really responsive, and, like, the people said, like, this is what it was like to play Halo. I haven't played Halo, but if this is what it was like, wow, really cool. It's very, like, because I'm comparing this to when I played Call of Duty or Battlefield. If I see an enemy and he ducks behind a cover, I can just double jump into the air and then throw a grenade at him, and then that's it. It's like, cool, nice work, you know? It's much more agile, and I probably assume Advanced Warfare is like that.
It is, actually.
That's
great. That depends, because a lot of times the people you were shooting can also double jump in the air.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as simple as like, oh, that guy ducked behind cover. Yeah. Well, he'd be stupid if he did that, because yeah. I mean, if you're playing a single player, there are a lot of guys that, but yeah.
The other things I like about it is it's really pretty. There's a lot of cool armors and stuff, cool characters. Everything about it just looks cool. Like, it looks cool to look at, and it's very pretty, and lots of nice lights and stuff. Lighting, I mean, like the moment when I was on the moon and I could see like Earth, I was like, wow, it's really pretty, like very cool.
I hear that wizard came from the moon.
Jesus.
Oh, tell me about Dinklage.
Dinklebot. Okay. So, yeah.
I mean, I experienced this, but you've experienced more of it.
Yeah, it's not
I thought he kind of, I don't know. I didn't hate it because
it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
He's a monotone robot.
Yeah, and that's what makes sense. He's meant to be flat. And he's like, oh, hey, what's this? Like, but every so often he does throw in like a bit of character, but it's not enough because like, it's, right, there's a scene where you meet this other character and, he says like, she says like, she calls him Little Light. And he's like,
wait, who calls who?
She calls the ghost, Dinklebot, Little Light because he has a little light. And he says, I was like, it's none of your concern, Little Light, or whatever she says. And then your character says it, as he said, don't call me that. And he says, your character then says it. It's like, oh, come on, let's go, Little Light. And he just looks at you. He's like, just don't start. That's the only bit of character I've seen so far. It's a bit of personality injected into it.
That brings up an interesting question. Finish your thought.
And then like, just, there's not enough characters. Like, you have all these people back at the main section where you trade and stuff, and they just say, hi, you've got fucking Nathan Fillion in the game. I only figured this out, and he just says two words.
What?
Yeah. He's in the game.
Who is he?
He plays your hunter, dude.
No.
You trade with him, and he says like, oh, good luck out there.
He's one of those shopkeeper guys?
Yeah, he says, good luck out there. They be with you. And you're just like, what?
That's weird.
It's crazy. It's so weird. And you're like, you think with this
Why
much...
would they do that?
Yeah, you think with this much, like, I don't know, you got this voice in and you're just going to have them say that, like 2 words to you every time. But
right, that's kind of where I wanted to go with this. What would this game be? I mean, I kind of know the answer to this, but how would you feel about this game if it had a gameplay exactly the same as it is, same missions and everything, but the story mattered or made sense or was better?
Well, I guess...
Because the story is borderline non-existent.
Yeah, it's just, it's all like, go here, do this. Like, it's text, basically.
There's very little character, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's even what I got from my time with it. It's just, everything's so up its own butt. Like,
yeah,
they're trying to explain the world, but not really. This world is just, all this cool stuff happened around you, and now you're kind of in it.
Yeah.
And they don't explain what it is, why it is, why you're here, nothing.
Someone described the story to me before as like, it's like walking in after a really cool party and seeing the receipt on the table and going, oh my god, look at all this cool stuff they bought, and then looking around and then going, oh, okay, and then leaving. Because you come in and you see the remnants of what happened, and then you're told what happened and who these people are. But
right,
it's all reading. It's like you have to show what these kind of things are, even a short video would suffice. But the thing is, like, if you want to access these cards, the Grimoire cards, you have to go on an app or go onto the Bungie website. You can't access it in game, which is crazy. Like, you have this huge section of the game, which is basically the lore of the game, that is completely locked away from you unless you go onto a computer or have a smartphone, which is bananas.
As a creative writing major, the number one thing they teach you for a narrative is why this story, why this day. And it's always obvious, right?
Right.
So in the first Halo, why this story, why this day? Why are we starting now? It's because the Covenant's invading. Okay, there you go. For, let's just say, Breaking Bad. What changes there? What's different in Breaking Bad that wasn't there before the story started? He was diagnosed with cancer. Like, that starts the story. For Destiny, why this story, why this day? That's a great question. What is the reason the story starts when it does?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
it just kind of begins.
You're woken up.
It's just taking a chunk of time and throwing you in it. There's exactly no real reason.
Yeah. Like,
it's so weird.
At no stage do you kind of say, like, why am I doing this? What's the point?
I mean, even as simple as Super Mario Brothers starts when the princess gets kidnapped. That's why you're starting that story. There's nothing in Destiny.
Yeah.
It just, you play it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you just,
I don't know. You wake up,
you
but
wake
why
up,
are you waking?
and then you go, and then you just do everything.
And then you go.
That's,
and then
you go and do this. That's it.
Why are you waking up? Why are you doing anything?
It sounds like
they don't explain it.
It sounds like you're trying to explain the story to your dad. I don't know. You just get in this spaceship, you go to this place, and you shoot these things, then you come back, and then you just do it again. It's great. That's the story.
Think about it. Think about any story ever.
Uh-huh.
Just think about it. Give me a story. Just give me an example.
The Lion King.
There you go. Why this day?
Because
Simba was born.
Yeah, Simba was born.
Right?
Yeah.
And Scar was
wanted to
upset about it. He wanted to be the heir.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. Give me another one.
Jesus. Fight Club. Yes, let's go with that. Okay, hold on. Let me think of something else. What have you seen? House of Cards. There you go.
House of Cards. He was not hired again as the. Wait, what? I don't even remember the first season. He wanted to be vice president. Yes, he wanted to be brought up into Congress, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's what's different. He planned on being brought up into Congress, and he wasn't. That begins the story. It happens in every narrative ever, except Destiny. I don't get it. Even going to games, like just throw me a game that has anything. I don't even care what it is. I'll try it. It's a fun little game here.
Bioshock, go for it.
That's a good question.
Boom, derailed.
Well, the idea is that the plane crashes, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, the dude's flying over the thing and the plane crashes.
Yeah, I guess that's a weird one because you don't really know until.
But that's the thing is that you don't. I'm not going to spoil freaking Bioshock, but yeah. but the story starts. It's not like the guy wakes up to his alarm clock, brushes his teeth. You know what I mean? It's not. It starts in the plane when it crashes.
Yeah, you're going one place, and then something happens, and then you have to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens in every freaking thing ever because it's just logical.
Mm. There has to have been something went wrong in Destiny.
I can't think of it though. I played the first 4 hours. I don't remember. Do you? You played it more recently than I did.
I just remember waking up.
I remember waking up and then getting in a ship. Yeah, that's all.
And then that's it. And then that's what you do anyways for the rest of the game. So
yeah,
it's like you're just like
why?
It's like loading someone else's file.
It's like a job.
Yeah,
it's not a story. It's a job. You're a what are
a guardian.
Is that what they're called? Yeah, you're a guardian. That's your job.
Yeah,
and you're waking up. You're literally waking up and going to work.
Yeah. It's very much like you
it's
just loaded.
So weird.
You loaded someone else's file and you're playing the game. That's
what
very
the heck
much
is going on.
It's just
it's ridiculous.
Oh, it's bad. But I don't know. Like, is it too late for them to have a story? Because like, there's no way in hell I'd definitely play the game over again if there was a story. Because
I mean, maybe if they made another game.
Yeah, but
there's going to be a Destiny 2.
Aren't they?
No, there's going to be a Destiny
without a doubt.
2.
But aren't they trying to keep Destiny 1 like? Keep it going for as long as possible. I'm pretty sure they had like
I mean, they said that.
Yeah, I can't remember how many years it was.
But guess what? There's going to be a time when all the expansions are out, and they're like, "Hey, it'd be really cool right now if we got a whole bunch of people spending $60 on a new disc."
Yeah, but here's the thing: I bought Destiny because I said, "Okay, I want a game that I'm going to keep coming back to and keep playing." Cheap. And it's super cheap, that too. That's the main point. Underline that.
We're not gonna pretend like I've just been itching for Destiny. No, it was cheap. Dirt cheap.
It was cheap. It was fucking piss cheap. I had to get it.
Mine was free.
Yeah, yours was free. I mean, when you didn't want to play Far Cry because Far Cry 4 is just fucking.
Well, I would want to play that on PC anyway. I didn't want to pick. Basically, my options were because I'm not gonna buy a basketball game. Let's be crazy. I don't like basketball. So my options were Little Big Planet, Destiny, or Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
And
Little Big
Far Cry 4 is not exclusive to consoles.
No.
Little Big Planet, I always hated the controls in that game.
Mm-hmm. It's crap.
So Destiny is the only thing that's left. And you know what? I've been interested in Destiny anyway. Mm-hmm. So until that game comes to PC, which never seems like is going to happen, this was the correct choice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a value for money game. You will play a lot of it, but whether you enjoy it or not, I don't know.
I mean, everything's more fun when you play with other people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If we play together, we're gonna have a
probably
good time.
Better time.
If I play with my friends, looking into maybe getting it, I play with him, it's gonna be a good time. I like Dying Light because it's fun playing with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that story thing's really bumming me out now that I look at it from that way.
It's just...
I wish I hadn't come to that revelation, which makes no sense because I'm a creative writing major. I should have picked that up immediately.
Yeah.
Because even bad stories like Evil Within, why the story, why this day? Well, there was a whole bunch of murders here and he's going to investigate it. Boom. Like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And Destiny doesn't have it. It's nuts. Unless I don't know.
No,
maybe
right.
maybe we're entirely wrong and
okay.
There's just this huge plot point that we're missing, but I don't recall it at all.
The problem with Destiny is, like, just based on what you said, it feels like it's missing the first 10 minutes. Like...
Or the first 5.
Yeah,
just
5.
Like 30 seconds.
Like there should
or
be
the Star Wars.
Yeah.
The stupid text crawl in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give me something.
Like there should be kind of some situation where, oh, here's your character. He's walking down the street. And then he gets shot. And then you're like, oh no, you were chosen one, whatever. And then fast forward in time. Something like that. But no, he just, oh, there's you. You're discovered. Then the game starts. Like, wait, what? Who was I before? I don't know, you were dead. But why was I dead? I don't know. You were just dead. I don't care. Just play the game.
One thing
oh boy,
that I can say, that another example that I can think of. All right, did you play Heavy Rain?
I did, yes.
How does that begin?
Oh,
Does it literally begin with him waking up and getting ready and all that stuff? Or
yeah. You wake up.
There's no other.
No, you wake up and
you literally. That is how the game begins. Is that there's no like prologue or anything?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you wake up.
Does it actually start and you can brush your teeth and all that with the 6-axis and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
That's how it starts.
I'm 90% sure it is. Yeah, and you like shave and shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, chapter 1, part 1 is when you wake up and
okay.
Yeah, everyone's out.
Maybe they shouldn't have started there.
It's your dead kid's birthday.
But the thing is, though, it eventually gets to where it needs to be, which is why the story, why this day? Well, his kid got kidnapped, right? Mm. So even that game, which starts off really slow and poorly, I would say, because who gives a crap about? Oh yeah, it's cool. You get to use the 6th.
That's literally the reason why.
I don't want to brush my own teeth, let alone someone else's teeth. I mean, I do it because I have to, but I don't want to. No one wants to, right? Does anyone actually enjoy brushing their teeth?
I don't know. People like, good hygiene, maybe.
I mean, I have good hygiene. I don't enjoy doing it, though.
Yeah.
It's a hassle. If I didn't have to.
It's a bit like Heavy Rain feels like if you had never played a PlayStation game before, this feels like this was meant to be the first ever PlayStation 3 game because you're like, oh, look at all the stuff you can do with the controller. You can shake it and shit. Oh, look at it.
But you don't want to. Yeah,
like, I don't care.
It was definitely a tech demo gimmick
for sure.
thing. But even then, that eventually gets to the story. A bad one, but it gets to it.
I liked Heavy Rain. It was okay.
I had my problems with Heavy Rain.
Mainly
I don't think the story was great, but the controls were freaking horrendous.
Yeah.
You accelerated your character with a trigger. Oh, it's immersive because you can move your head around at the same time. Yeah, but I have 2 sticks. Why can't I just do it?
Yeah. I wonder how Beyond was. I haven't actually played that.
Oh, yeah. I played the demo of that. It seemed better.
It seems like an interesting perspective. Like, you get to play.
Well, not to mention, they actually got real actors, so it's way less cheesy. The Jason. Oh,
Jesus, yeah.
Jason.
Have you seen that video where the guy, like, he's playing the ending and he broke the game? So every time he presses X, the character screams Jason. It's like, Jason! Great. So it's like, oh, it was me. I'm the origami killer after all. Jason! Just, and like, if the camera's like panned outside, so you can't even see him, all I can hear is, Jason!
That game's, I don't know. I'd be interested to actually go back and play that again.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. That sounds like something I would love for you to play and record, just to hear your reactions to, because it's just perfect, because
I could just rip that game apart.
Exactly. The bad accents, the shitty faces, like, oh god.
Recording on a PS3 is not the easiest thing in the world.
Nah, you gotta get your capture card and shit.
I don't have one, so there you go.
Oh boy. Some other time, I'm sure.
Someday, when no one cares about Heavy Rain anymore. When Heavy Rain is like a classic, quote unquote.
Oh, maybe
it's not going to be.
It could be on PlayStation Now at some stage. I feel like that could be one of those games.
That might be a nightmare, though. That game is entirely QuickTime events, and if there's a delay...
Oh, yeah, just the lag. Oh, crap! Just got hit by a
crap,
bus.
I didn't say Jason in time.
Yeah, everyone dies.
Hit X. Jason! Oh, wow, that was a super delay. me try again. X.
Oh,
Jason! Boy. I don't even know what button it is.
Yeah, it's X to Jason. Yeah, there's a little song. There's a little
X
song
to Jason?
about it. There's a little song about it. Press X to Jason.
That's funny.
It's pretty great. I think the lyric was like, it's you, I'm Jason. Press X to Jason.
Yeah, of course it is. That is the correct answer.
You gotta love the internet.
Is there anything else you've been playing?
No. I have.
That you want to talk about?
Not really. Since, the games have come out, the March games for PlayStation Plus have come out. Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Which I will be able to get.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. No.
No? Okay. Never mind.
I don't know. I'd be interested to play the remake of Oddworld.
I am so pumped for that. Holy crap.
I thought that game was tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I never got past the plant level.
Frustratingly tough, in a bad way.
I played it when I was really young. I just remember the farts and hey, you. Yeah. Oh, the coolest thing though, when you get to possess the little. Yeah. Man, that game was tough.
Ow.
It wasn't.
I could apparently just do all of the sounds for the game.
Wasn't like unless you saved everyone in the game, you got the bad ending. Wasn't that?
I never beat it, so I couldn't tell you. But yes, I think that is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, so we got Abe's Odyssey, Valiant Hearts, which I'm kind of interested to play. I like cute UB. What's the UB art? UB.
Yeah, Ubi. Well, UB. It's not Ubi. UB art.
UB art. UB tripping.
UB clip art.
Yeah, that kind of
word.
Child of Light, Rayman kind of style. Very cutesy.
Well, Rayman looks great.
Ah, so good. I love Rayman.
I need to play. Legends.
Legends. Yeah.
I played about a quarter of it, and then something happened. Either something came out, or my attention went elsewhere, and I forgot its existence. That game. Those games I usually blast through because they're just quick and fun, and you don't want to really stop because. Yeah,
that was me with Bayonetta. I got halfway through and I just stopped playing. I have no idea why. And then I went back and just played all the way through. It was great.
I have every intentions in going back to that game at some point. I just keep forgetting it exists. Like, Rayman. That Rayman Origins. Like, wait, no, there's another one after that.
Yeah.
I loved Rayman Origins.
Rayman Legends is so much more and has a lot of Origins levels.
I heard it's a little easier.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, so my friend has
Origins was balls hard.
Yeah, it was really tough. Oh,
I did everything you could in that game too.
Yeah, you get like that remix levels.
Did you do that secret level at the end with all the thorns and stuff?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Wow. There's even a boss after that. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah, so my friend
had to do it all in one try.
My friend has Legends, the new one, on Vita. So, I don't know if you remember, but like there's a section where...
Yeah, the touch screen section.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, when you're playing it on console, you just press circle to do it.
Yep.
But if you're playing on Vita, you have to like...
Or B.
Yeah, you have to move it. Or B, whatever, sorry.
I have an Xbox 360 controller for my computer, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to use the back of it, I think, maybe? I don't know. But, like, basically you have to do, like...
if it's the back of it, that's the worst thing ever.
Twister with your finger, which is, like, getting knots and shit and have to move the thing.
It has a touch screen.
Does it? Or is it the back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, then yeah.
It has both.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'd imagine you could touch it, because otherwise that would be the worst thing ever.
But if you're moving really fast, that has to be, like, the most annoying thing ever, where you're just like, shit.
At least the sections that I played, there's a lot where you just, like, stand there for a second and then do it.
Which seems really stupid when you're playing on...
I mean, the whole thing is stupid. I didn't like it, even when I was controlling it with a controller, I thought it was stupid, so...
Yeah.
I mean, at that point... I mean, it's just a gimmick. Like, that reminds me of when the Wii first came out. It was like, yeah, and you can aim with the thing. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Yeah.
So
and you can turn the doorknob with the with the nunchuck.
So amazing. Okay, so the other games coming out
just press A.
The other games coming out are, well, for PS3 anyways, are just Sherlock Holmes, Crime and Punishment, and Papo and Yo.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. And
Papo E.O., Papo and Yo. I heard that game's good.
I don't know. I think Papo and Yo is pretty good. I don't know about Sherlock
I always
Holmes.
get that game mixed up with Brothers for some reason, even though I've played Brothers and I have not played Papo and Yo. Because it's the same kind of puzzly, story-driven, graphic adventure sort of thing.
Yeah, the other games coming out are Ollie Ollie 2, which is good because I bought the first one. I really liked it. And Counter-Strike.
That kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
It's like, hey, it's coming out next week, and now it's free.
yeah, it's
What?
it's really good. Like, just to sink a few hours into it. Like,
Now I have
like,
no reason not to try it.
yeah, there you go. And Counter Spy. I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty. Like, it looks pretty. I don't know if it plays pretty. It's like a cell-shaded kind of spy
That
game.
came and went. I remember for about 3 hours, everyone freaking out about it, and then no one talked about it ever again.
Yeah. So
I don't
I've
even
got,
know what it is.
yeah, I've got those
Really.
4 games. I have no, it's side-scrolling. I have no clue. Yeah,
It's a side-scrolling something?
something. I don't know. So
Side-scrolling?
I've got those 4 games coming, and I'm currently downloading Last of Us Remastered. On top of, here's the thing, I wouldn't even call Destiny the game I'm playing right now. It's the game that's hanging, like, it's like the cloud over, like...
It's a game you know you're going back to.
Exactly, it's like, oh, well, I could...
It's like, oh, I could be playing Destiny right now.
It's like, you gotta chip away at it. You gotta keep working on it to get to the bits you actually want to play. Which is
It's kind of,
great.
I mean, I feel like that, I get that way with a lot of games, and when I do, it always bums me out, because I'm like, I enjoyed this game at some point.
Yeah.
There was a time where I enjoyed this game, now I just want to get through it.
Mm.
Now I feel like it's a chore. And I always want to finish games that I start, usually.
Yeah.
I mean, that never happens, but that's how, when I play a game, I never play a game where I'm thinking, I'm going to play this once and never play it again. That's never my mindset going in. Contrary to what this podcast would lead you to believe, is Wolfenstein and Alien and all that stuff, but I still want to go back to those games too, because I really like, especially, I'm going to have to go back to Wolfenstein pretty soon, because there's a new Wolfenstein coming out. Boom! Segue.
Hey! Segue. I guess we're in news
Is this
territory
Hughes
right
news?
now.
Hughes
Yeah,
news.
sure, why not? So there's a new Wolfenstein standalone
You don't say!
expansion coming out called Wolfenstein The Old Blood, which is, have you watched
Prequel. It is
Yeah,
a
have you watched the
prequel. I
trailer?
did not watch it because I'm worried about like spoilers or something, even though it makes no sense because it's a prequel.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm worried about the spoiler in the past of the game. But,
You
okay,
never
so,
know.
yeah, I think you go to Castle Wolfenstein and yeah, you just fuck shit up. I mean, Wolfenstein is really, really good and it's more Wolfenstein, so what else could you ask for? I'm really excited for it because it just,
Yeah,
it looks great.
Is it going to be cheap?
$20 maybe?
Did they say that?
I imagine because it's a standalone and I'm thinking
I
along.
mean, I don't know what that means. It just
It
all
means
games are standalone
well, I
unless
imagine.
it's DLC. So
Yeah,
it is Blood Dragon to Far Cry 3.
Yeah, that's what it seems like because they haven't said DLC, but it pretty much is. I mean,
Well, when they say standalone, that makes it sound smaller than it is. If they just said,
yeah, that's
but
why.
take out that word, and it just sounds like a sequel. You know, it sounds
Yeah.
like a full priced new game.
But they really are hammering the standalone prequel, so I'm pretty sure it'll be cheap, like 20. And by cheap, I mean it'll be smaller as well. It won't be huge, like I'd say maybe 5 chapters. That's what I'm imagining for it, because Wolfenstein is like a lot of chapters. It's a very long game. Can't even remember.
A lot of chapters.
It's so long I can't even remember.
Put that on the back of the box.
Hey, that would be a selling point for a lot of people, to be fair.
A lot of chapters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially people that played the Order.
Oh, Jesus. Oh boy. We left on some hot coals 2 weeks ago.
The thing is, though, the length is not the problem with that game.
It's just crap.
It's a bad game.
Yeah.
That's the part where,
Yeah.
if it came out, if it came out and was incredible for 5 hours,
Mm.
no one would say a thing. It's the part where those 5 hours suck.
Mm. And that's kind of like, I think you said that before with Alien. You wanted Alien to be short and sweet.
Yeah, imagine if Alien was 6 to 8 hours or something.
Oh, I saw a video
It'd be
today.
way better.
I saw a video today from Destructoid. Apparently, the original build for it was meant to be in third person. Oh my god, it looks so bad. Like, it doesn't have the same intensity as it does in first person. It's just like,
Wait,
just think Gears of War, and you're like hugging corners, and then you see this alien just creeping around. It's just, no. Good decision to stick to the first person. Okay,
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Jesus Christ. It's Flu's news. I try to think
You
out.
know, it's fun. That's funny because my dad's nickname, it's a stupid nickname, but my dad's nickname was The Flu.
Here you go.
So
Seems like
that
Flu's
actually
news.
works.
Yeah, so Metal Gear is coming out. Let's see if I can't remember the date exactly. First?
September 1st.
Yeah, and then it's coming out 2 weeks later, for PC on Steam.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Screw you! Come on!
Yeah.
That means everyone's gonna get all the stuff, and I'm gonna be sitting there. Hey, I want to play it too.
Well, you should.
Randy, you have a PS4.
Yeah, you should.
No.
Well, you should. You should get it for PS4, and then you can play.
But it will look so much better.
You can
on
play.
my PC.
You can play multiplayer with me on PS4. So there you go.
But do either of us care about the multiplayer?
Well, I'd check it out. I mean,
I'll check it out, but
it extends
really,
the game. Definitely extends.
Come on.
Well, here's the thing.
Come on.
It's one of those things where if you either played Metal Gear Online back in the day when it was on Metal Gear 4,
and the 6 people that really liked it.
Yeah. Apparently it was pretty good, but I had to sign up for a Konami ID, and I was like, no.
Oh, God, I remember that.
No way, man. I'm not doing this.
I rented Metal Gear Solid 4 before I actually liked it, because I hated it at first.
Yeah.
And I was playing it on my friend's PS4. I'm like, let's check out this online thing.
Mm.
And we couldn't get it working. It wasn't that easy. Yeah, it sounds simple enough going on and signing up for this other service, which it shouldn't have to do, but whatever. But it just didn't work or something. I don't remember what it was so long ago. 6 years. 7 years.
Yeah. I've got a funny story. Metal Gear Solid 4 was the first Metal Gear Solid game I played, and Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah.
How did...
Yeah. How
I don't know.
How did ... just, no. It was, see, I hadn't played a game like that before, and it's like, oh, this is really cool. This is ages ago when I was, like, I wasn't even playing games. Well, I've been playing for ages, but I don't know, maybe seriously, I guess would be the word. I play more games now than I did, like, 10, 12 years ago, maybe.
I mean, everybody does because they can buy them now.
Exactly. Yay, disposable income. Anyways.
Before, it was... Well, my parents bought me a game for Christmas.
Yeah, and your birthday.
This is going to last me until next Christmas.
Yeah.
And, maybe my birthday.
Yeah. So I played 4, and then this is okay, this is good. And then a friend gave me a Lemon of 3. I love 3. It's really good. And then I went and played 2, and then I played 1. So I played in reverse order.
All right.
And
that must have been fun. 2 must have been a nightmare then.
Yeah, oh boy.
When I played them chronologically
2.
and still didn't understand.
Yeah, I hated 2 when it came out, but after a while, it's one of those games where it's just like, this is great, this is so good.
I'm glad I went through and played them all again, because holy crap.
Mm.
I didn't realize how little I knew until I played it again.
It's just so
and even then,
much.
I still don't know.
Even when you think you know, you don't know.
I mean, I couldn't tell you a lot of stuff. I couldn't tell you almost anything that happens in 2, having played through it multiple times.
Yeah, I barely remember.
Because it's so ridiculous. I couldn't explain it to you.
It's just
4, I could kind of give you the
crazy.
The rundown. 2 was just so bananas.
Mm.
3, I barely remember at all.
3 is the easiest to remember because
but I just didn't like it that much.
Yeah, 1 is the easiest to remember. I think. Yeah, it's easy.
Well, 1 might be the easiest to remember because it's also the oldest, so people have played it the most.
I just remember being fucking so freaked out when Grey Fox shows up and just starts screaming, "Hurt me more!" I'm like, what the fuck is this game?
Yeah, all those callbacks. Literally, Metal Gear Solid 2 is a simulation of Metal Gear Solid 1.
It's like, shout out to those guys that played those 2 games, and like, everyone else is...
It's not even a shout out. That's the main plot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you didn't play it, well, fuck you, buddy.
I mean, if you haven't played Metal Gear Solid 2 by now, come on. But, well, I don't know. I could tell you this, and it still won't spoil everything because there's so much to it. But
I think
the
that
main
game
plot
is
literally
impossible
is
to spoil because
it's literally
so
the game is literally you are being trained as another Snake. So they set up this exact scenario as it was in the first one.
Yeah,
there was a ninja, there was a bloody hallway, there was a metal. It was ridiculous. The only thing that, I mean, there's no point in talking about it now, but Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out.
Mm. I think, what was it?
Should I play Peace Walker? I really don't want to. Can I just watch this stuff on YouTube?
Yeah, you can get away with that. I mean, Peace Walker is fun-ish.
I don't like it.
It's like Metal Gear Light.
It's like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't want that.
Then, yeah, just watch cutscenes. I mean,
I jumped into it on the HD collection. I was like, I'm not really feeling it.
Well, okay, if you didn't like the inventory kind of thing, then yeah, you might not enjoy Phantom Pain a whole lot then, because apparently...
Wait, what? No!
Yeah. You have
They're bringing that back?
Yeah, you have to manage Mother Base and shit. So,
are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, you have to, like...
No, wait. But that's the Peace Walker stuff.
The roster stuff,
That's not the thing that I hated about Peace Walker.
Oh, okay. If you did, then
I thought you were talking about the Metal Gear Solid 3, go into your backpack and switch stuff around and eat and heal your wounds and stuff.
No,
if they brought
think
that
that's
back, I would have to find someone and hold him hostage.
Yeah. Have you played, you haven't played Ground Zeroes, have you?
No.
Mm.
I can't imagine that Phantom Pain does not have Ground Zeroes in it. They should. It just seems that would be the move to make.
Yeah. I mean, I've got
really, by the time Phantom Pain comes out, it'll have been, 2 years since?
Yeah, it's been a year since Ground Zeroes came out. No, it'll be 1 year. Like, it'll be
1 year exactly?
No, it'll be the year just passed. Yeah, year and a half, yeah. Roughly.
So about a year and a half. That's about right.
Mm.
You know, why not give it away? There's barely any game there. So let's stop pretending.
But, it's so, like, you just, when you play this game, you're teasing yourself. That's the best way to describe it, because the game is, like, the controls are really good. It feels so much better. Because, like, I bet the leap from 4 to 5 is just like, well, I suppose Peace Walker in between, but it's just, it's so responsive and just really good.
I bet you that it'll be on sale on Steam real soon.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you.
Mm.
If not Steam, then one of the other hundreds of sites that
I mean, it has
Green
to
Man
be.
Gaming or Gamersgate or whatever.
Gamersgate.
Gamersgate is a site.
Oh, boy. Poor.
It's not Gamergate. I feel bad for Gamersgate.
I was going to say, I feel bad. It's like, oh, boy.
Because they've been around forever, and then Gamergate started happening. Like, no, guys, we're cool, too. We're not. We don't have anything to do. We love women.
Oh, boy.
Is there anything else?
News. Okay, so Valve is coming out with its own VR device from HTC. Holy shit. Did Valve just kind of fucking bury Oculus a little bit? Because that's what it feels like. Okay, just look at it this way, right? You got Oculus, that new up-and-comer, trying to release...
No, you got Oculus and Facebook.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. I was going to say, I was going to do a brief history.
Okay, then I just...
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got this new up-and-comer that's, it's made a bit of waves, started to build itself up, popular with YouTubers, then it gets bought by Facebook. And then you've got Valve, who's this, huge PC. It's your the big brother of the PC, basically. That's the way I'd say it, because they just give you everything that PC, all the good games. It just seems like Valve is like really like, holy shit, they're just, they fucking buried Oculus to me right now. That's what it feels like.
They also kind of gave the big middle finger to Unreal and Unity as well. They announced Source at the same time, and they're like, that's free.
The Source.
It's free. Screw you.
Yeah.
And here's the Steam controller. Screw you.
Oh, boy.
And here's the Steam box. Screw you all.
It's, you got...
I have no interest in a Steam box, though, I will say that. Or the Steam controller.
Or
the VR.
It's gotta be heartbreaking to see all this news from Valve and just no Half-Life news. You're just like, okay.
I'm beginning to think it's not happening. We're getting to Last Guardian territory.
No.
At least Last Guardian, we saw the freaking gameplay of it. We don't even know what Half-Life 3 looks like. Unless it comes out and it's Half-Life 2 Episode 3, which would be a really funny thing.
Maybe if I would not be surprised if it launched alongside the VR kit. Just like, oh hey, you can only play Half-Life when you purchase the VR set. Because why not? People would buy it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they released Half-Life 3 for free at some point.
Ooh.
Now think about it. What has Valve released in the past few years? Dota. Team Fortress 2. Those are humongous successes. Their biggest successes.
Yeah.
And they're free to play. They sell.
But
I could see.
But they work off multiplayer, I guess.
You're right. But Valve is the kind of company that would, to me, feel like, hey, screw you guys. We're going to try this new thing. It's going to be free for users of Steam or free for someone to, something like that.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or you, I don't know. They have all that Steam trading card stuff free if you, I don't know. I'm probably just making stuff up. But that, I don't know. I can't see that game existing in a regular form. I can't see that coming out and being $60 and you get Half-Life 3. It just seems crazy. It's been too long. It has been 8 years.
Oh, boy.
When you put it in that perspective,
That's like nearly,
it's 8 years.
It's approaching Duke Nukem territory right there.
It is! It's 4 years off.
Yeah. That's spooky. And we all remember how great Duke Nukem was when it came out.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh, it was so dated, wasn't it? Like, just had
throwing the poop around was funny. That was one thing I will say.
But, like, didn't they have, like, really stupid jokes that would have been funny, like, 5-6 years ago, but they just weren't? Like,
I mean, the game felt like it came out in the 90s. It had jump pads, and it didn't feel modern in any way, so.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, it wasn't quite self-aware enough.
Mm.
There was a few, I didn't play the whole thing, but from what I saw, it was one quick reference to how long the game came out and then generic game.
Mm.
You know, you took this long, you couldn't at least poke fun at the fact that the game took so long to make.
Mm.
But then again, that would just be pointing out the flaws of the game, you know? Like, this game took so long to make that there's jump pads. Yeah.
You do it pretty great Duke Nukem.
Yeah, someone said that on my YouTube channel. Someone pointed out that I did a good Duke Nukem impression.
I could do a good Duke Nukem impression. You ready? Okay. Yes.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
That's pretty great. You got to do something with that. You got to profit from this, Randy. You got the voice.
Profit someone else's. I'll take John St. John, which is a great name, by the way.
John St. John. That's right.
That's perfect. All right. Is there anything else?
In terms of, no, not really. I mean, we left, next week's pretty big, actually, in terms of shit coming out. In terms of, for me, personally, let me be vain right now. Absolutely. Next week's a pretty cool week for me, because...
Is there a football game coming out?
No.
European football?
No. I don't really know. No. In terms of video games, we got Hotline Miami 2 coming out on Tuesday.
Ugh.
And we also have the heists for GTA coming out on Tuesday, which I need to see. Like,
do you have that for PS4? You said you did.
I do. Yeah.
Never mind.
I got it.
Big long talk about it, so never mind.
Yeah, I gotta see. It's like.
Wait, online heists, right?
Yeah.
Even I'd be interested to see that. So.
Yeah, it's just because, like, it's been
play
put
that.
off so much. You want to play?
When is the PC version coming out?
It's been delayed again. It's not coming out till April, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's been pushed back. It was pretty funny because when they announced their release date for the heists, that's when they also announced that they were pushing back the PC release. So people were like, yay! And then people were like, are you serious?
Buy it. Because the potential for mods in GTA 5 is too great to not get the PC version, you know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
I would much rather them push it off than have it be the disaster that GTA 4 was when it came out on PC.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm getting to the point where I don't want to play it anymore. It's been so long.
Mm.
It has been well over a year since that game came out. Well over a year. That game came out in September of 2013.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, that's
Bangerang.
It's so. It's crazy how this game is still like in circulation. Like it's still being like because of the heists and stuff. Like people are still talking about it. Like fair play to Rockstar for keeping it like. You know what? Some people when they do multiplayer, I'm just thinking like Killzone. When people are like, "Oh, Killzone released something," yeah, who cares? But then it's GTA. It's like, "Oh, GTA released a small, tiny patch, like 6 news stories about it." Like, you know, everyone is paying attention to GTA as opposed to Killzone.
Also, those games sell a little bit.
They do.
GTA
definitely.
5 sold a whole lot,
Whole bunch,
and then it sold a whole lot again.
Yeah.
When the re-release came out.
I have to get you to try it out. I want to see, first of all, I've never used the share play thing on the PS4, so I want to see what that's like.
All right.
Yeah.
We could try, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That stupid thing.
It would be stupid when you're enjoying a game for an hour and you're like, oh, this is good.
I want to enjoy someone else's game.
You can complete Metal Gear Solid in that time, so there you go.
I mean...
You got Ground Zeroes done.
if you're stuck at a really hard part, if you want to just phone me in and I'll take over for you.
I would never do that. I mean, come on.
I don't think anyone would ever actually do that.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. That was the marketing for it.
Yeah.
They were saying, "Oh, if you're having a hard time, you can get one of your better friends, your manlier friends,
to drink a
for you.
beer
You can
and
go
put you in a headlock and say, "Give me that controller, nerd."
You can go there and play with your Barbies while they beat this hard part in Call of Duty for you."
The only way that would make sense is if the player was really young and was like a 10-year-old and like, "Hey, I can't do this part, big bro. Can you help me out?" And like, "Yeah, sure." And I'll do it.
No.
But even, no, I'm too busy looking at girls now. Go away.
What voice is that?
It's a teenager older brother, I'm sure. Yeah, hey guys, come on.
What is that? That sounds like something. What does that sound like? It's gonna drive me nuts.
I don't know.
I can't sit here. We can't sit here all day while I try to figure it out. But I guess that's it. Are we done?
That roughly wraps up the news. Yeah.
So next week we're gonna be talking about some PS4 stuff.
Yeah,
Destiny specifically, because that's probably what I'm gonna be playing in the weekend.
We'll see if Randy enjoys his PS4 and doesn't regret it, because who knows?
I mean,
it could go either way.
So one of my professors was talking about this as once you make the justification that this is your passion and eventually your occupation, you can basically justify whatever you want. And he was talking. He was a literature professor, and he's saying how he buys books and comic books and stuff all the time.
Right.
Because that's what he does. And this is kind of what I do. So
I buy books, therefore, yeah.
I mean, I buy games because not just to play, but to learn from. I want to pick them apart. I want to talk about them. I want to make videos about them. I want to make them eventually,
Yeah.
It's not just as simple as just like, I like the video games and the Call of Duty. I want to learn from them. It is my occupation. So, but granted, I probably would have done it anyway, even if he hadn't said that. But it makes me feel better about it. Because he's not wrong. I do buy games because I wanted to play Destiny because I want to know for myself. It's not good enough hearing what other people say about it. That's why I rented it in the first place. Because, well, I don't have a PS4, but I can play this crappier version, kind of get an impression of it. Yeah.
Well, actually, the main reason you said you bought a PS4 was your Bloodborne. So there you go.
That's also true, and that's just something that I want to play. So I'm not gonna. I mean, I will learn from it, but I want to play. That's the 24th.
Oh man,
it's real freaking soon.
Woo! Holy.
See. I mean, that might be freaking worth it because that game's not coming to PC ever.
It doesn't look like it would now.
Sony owns it, so I highly doubt Sony's going to be like, "Hey, Microsoft, you want this thing?" That's probably going to be a huge hit.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the trailer or anything to do with it.
You want to borrow God of War while you're at it?
God. Ugh, I definitely don't want to see another God of War.
No, I don't want to see any more of Bloodborne. I want to go in fresh. I want to.
Yeah.
Blind. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Especially since Dark Souls 2 was kind of I liked it, but it wasn't. It didn't quite do it. It didn't. Yeah. That itch is still there after that. I want it.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Put it in me.
I'm
put
really
it in me right
now. I'm ready.
Don't even if you don't. There's not enough time. Don't lube it up. Just get it in there.
Oh God, good God.
Yeah.
Get that giant 6
It's a lot less subtle of a
sword.
entendre.
Yeah. Get that giant sight inside me. Jesus.
Yeah. Get that goth shotgun into my butt and pull the trigger. Double
goth
barrel.
Shotgun is our new band. Okay.
Goth shotgun.
We're forming a But specifically that line.
We are goth shotgun.
Put that goth
shotgun. That's our first. That's our first album. Our first album is Goth Shotgun. ... in my butt.
All the fires out is what's that? The bell jar and fucking really bad poetry. There you go.
I have so many thumbnails to choose from at this point. I think I have to do like Rufio with a guitar wearing a Majora's mask.
Yeah.
There you go. But that's all takes too much work, so I'm probably just going to put Rufio.
No.
God, but Goth Shotgun in my butt.
Jesus.
All right.
Beautiful.
We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Oh, wait. I just realized that the podcast in which Bloodborne comes out is the same one that I'm not going to be there again. No.
No.
All right. So wait, we'll have to figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
We can't miss that. Even if it's just me and you loading it up just at some ungodly hour of the night, just being like, all right, the other guys aren't here, but we're going to talk about this.
We should do that,
right,
actually.
Also,
we should do something like that. Have
also,
PS.
That reminds me, Adam has confirmed that we are going to do a wrestling podcast before WrestleMania, so look out for that if you are interested. We can keep the wrestling talk out of this podcast to stop poisoning everyone's ears.
Thank Jesus. Praise the Lord. The only wrestler I will accept is Macho Man Randy Savage. Or Hulk Hogan. Specifically Hulk Hogan's music video, which is amazing.
Real American?
Yeah, it's pretty great. Like,
did you see when he came back as Mr. America with a USA mask on and he was pretending not to be Hulk Hogan?
Oh boy.
Because he got suspended. We're getting way off topic, but he pretended to be somebody else because Hulk Hogan got suspended, and then he came back as Mr. America, and Mr. McMahon's like, "You're Hulk Hogan." He's like, "No, I'm not, brother."
That's pretty great.
Yeah, you are. You're very clearly Hulk Hogan. You're the same color orange as Hulk Hogan is. It's like, well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm not Hulk Hogan, brother.
Oh boy.
And that went on for
Please
months.
Make Real American the theme song to the podcast. I was watching Always Sunny, and I was watching the wrestling episode with Frank becomes the trash
Roddy Piper's
man.
in that. Roddy Piper's in that. A real
Oh,
wrestler.
great! Yeah, and it's just a bit where he throws the trash at the terrorist guy and cuts his neck open, and, and he just stares at him, and then he just puts his hands.
Who's the old drunk wrestler in that?
Oh God,
What's his name?
I can't remember.
My girlfriend would know. She loves that show. She literally watches that show.
It's so funny.
On repeat on Netflix over and over again.
I just love.
She's reciting the lines as they're happening.
It's just the bit where he throws the trash at him, and then just looks at him, and then puts two hands in the air, and then just the music kicks in. It's so funny. Holy shit! I love a good music bit in the show. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right. We're getting there. Next time I'll do a better Hulk Hogan impression. I can't do it because I have to be really loud, and there are people in this house, and I don't want to disrupt them.
I'll work on my Macho Man impression. I'll get it out there eventually.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! You gotta rasp it up.
Get some. The Skyrim mod where all the dragons are replaced by Macho Man.
Oh yeah, so good.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's really great. And all you can hear is Hulk Hogan, and then just like yeah, Elizabeth. So good. I don't even watch wrestling. I fucking know Macho Man to a T. Just so good.
I hope so. Cause
absolutely.
Slim Jim.
Yeah. I'm out here, Hulk Hogan. You come in here and make fun of me. No, thank you, Coco. He always says something like Hulk Hogan.
Coca-Cola.
He's like, Hulk Hogan, you come in here. I can't do it. That's like
Diet Coke.
Energy draining.
That was his real voice. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he was in Spider-Man. That's why I love him so much. The first Spider-Man.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Beautiful. All right, we got to wrap this up.
Yep. We're getting to the point where we're just imitating Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Rest in peace. He's going in the Hall of Fame this year.
Oh, is Hulk Hogan inductee?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
He shouldn't be. He's just stealing Randy Savage. His brother should. Why would Hulk Hogan do it? They were mortal enemies. Real life enemies. Hulk Hogan, or Randy Savage made a rap song about how much he hates Hulk Hogan.
Holy shit, you just reminded me of the Randy Savage rap album. Oh, right? Boy. Yeah. Remember that.
Be a man, Hulk!
Jesus Christ.
All right. We've said all right maybe 100 times, but this is the last all right. All right.
No ladies. Right. Yeah. We're just going to go turn into Outcasts at one stage. We got it. Okay, that's it. We're done. No more all right.
Oh yeah, Randy, I love you. Hulk made us run a while. Get some.